Here we are back with Dr. Harris talking about nutrition and how you can change your life with a better nutrition. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so we were saying that it's not as easy as reading the label. It's something beyond that reading the label, because all the calories are not the same.
All calories are not the same, and all carbs are not bad, and all fats are not bad. So these diets that we tend to go on, and their diets to me, I don't know about to you, but diets to me are a temporary situation.
Yep.
If you go into something thinking it's a diet, your first thought is, well, okay, well, at the end of this,
we're gonna eat.
Exactly. Then we'll do this for a while. But what we're talking about here is a lifestyle change. We're not talking about diet in particular. So if you learn about yourself and learn about the types of foods that can be inflammatory to your body, and inflammation then leads to more weight gain, and many of us now are struggling with our weights, and why can't we lose weight, and what's going on, I'm not eating that much, and I hear all of these things over and over again, but it's not, we need to focus on the types of foods.
Well, there's a problem there, because sometimes it's the way that I think, those things that are good for me are not, I mean, they don't have the taste that I like for me. So, and then that combination between what is good and what it tastes make me feel like a diet next month.
I understand that. I understand about taste, and taste, you can really keep taste into your lifestyle change. It doesn't mean eating bland foods. You can season foods the way you want them to taste. I think a classic example, I don't remember the exact name of this program, but it's basically, if you guys remember the program where the young man put himself through eating a lot of McDonald's for many days, and the types of things that happened to him. From my understanding, when he initially ate that food, he didn't feel very well. But he persisted because that was his experiment, and by the end of it, it was only that food that made him feel good. So what we have to understand is that initially we block ourselves by thinking, well, it's not going to taste good. How do we know if we don't do it?
That's right.
It could very well taste good.
That's a very good point, doctor.
Very
Another thing is about the meat. I have heard about white meat or no meat. Let's eat just vegetables. And we are meat eater here in the United States.
Yes,
we grow like eating meat, eating cows. So what's the secret of a good nutrition? Because
I don't think meats or anything in them, meats are inherently bad for you. And there are some people who are vegetarians and vegans, and they need to be able to do that well. I don't try to force anybody to change what they are. Like, I don't tell a meat eater to become a vegetarian, because that can create some problems. But when you're looking at meats, you want to look at how much fat does it have around it. You want to look at how much of this meat are you eating. Because serving size, when I go to restaurants and I see somebody order steak, it takes up like a massive amount of the plate. That's a serving size for about 4 people.
Okay.
So you're thinking, people say, well, I do eat lean meats. Well, if you eat a pound of it, it's not good for you.
You just mentioned something very interesting. It's about the fat in the meat. There's some diet out there on the street that they encourage you to eat a lot of fat, low carbohydrates, so you reduce your weight. What did you think about that kind of diet?
I'm not a fan of diets in particular. I'm not a fan of any diets that emphasize one thing, and because these come and go. I think before it was the high protein, then it was the low fat, then it's the low carb, and then on and on and on we go. It's the types of fats, again, that are important. And if you don't eat carbohydrates, I guarantee you, your body won't like you very much for very long, because carbohydrates contribute to things like moods, and they're the primary source of fuel for your body, so you have to eat carbohydrates. Again, it's the type of carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Well, vegetables are carbohydrates. We're eating those, right? Beans are carbohydrate. Legumes are carbohydrates. Nuts also have carbohydrates. Seeds have carbohydrates in them as well. So you cannot eliminate carbohydrates. It's the types of carbohydrates that you're eating that's important. So if you eat lower type glycemic carbohydrates, or carbohydrates that don't get converted to sugar as quickly, then you're in a better place. And if you have that with perhaps a protein source, because you have to have a well-balanced.
Doctor, what I would like to do to talk about it in the next segment, it's like about vitamins. how important it's like to have vitamins every day, and also what is a good start, how we move forward to this new era of good nutrition. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.